Hola, social media. Yeah, I want to share a little story. I know my mom told me to tell my story, so I'll get honor thy father and mother. I remember one time when I was between, I don't remember the exact date, it happened twice, but I was I was working at Goodwill Industry. I was learning to be a chef, and I was cooking for the Turning Point program, and I worked at the Ferguson Hotel. It was a low income, mental, not mental challenge, but just handicapped individuals. I would cook for them, and I would make dinners, breakfast, and lunch, whatever they needed. And I remember I was there one time, and my daughter was going to school with my aunt at Holy Name of Jesus Catholic School. My aunt was the principal. And I remember I didn't look at my phone when I worked. I remember I was taking a break a few hours after, not that long, about an hour and a half, about 3 hours after I got to work. And my aunt blew up my phone, so I called her, and she told me my youngest son had walked was at the school, and we lived a mile away from the school. My son walked from my house there, and my ex was sleeping, and that was her habit. She slept and let the kids do anything. But anyway, it happened, and then she called, and I went home, and I looked the way that he thought I got on the fence. I fixed everything. We installed motion detectors and everything. And then, at that time that was the first time I installed a lock and a few other things. Well, I know it happened again, like not that much longer. It happened again, and they called. My aunt called the police. Well, it's the right thing to do, when a child is, missing, And she called me again. I was at work, and my wife, sleeping, whatever, But that wasn't my thing. My thing was my son, and they called CPS. They dropped the charges, whatever. But anyway, we fixed the house. I took care of it. But it's that type of pattern. That I try to. I don't get into like that. I take care of my kids better than that. But I remember, when we were going through our divorce, I was at work, and my daughter called me, and I talked to my children for an hour and a half, and my son had he had broken nose, but it made my youngest son made my oldest daughter's nose bleed, and she called me crying, and I was at work, I wasn't allowed at the house, or else she would have called the cops. She didn't want me to see her boyfriend or girlfriend, whoever she had. It's not my thing, not my season, whatever. My worry was for my children. So I prayed, and I talked to my children, and I called CPS because it wasn't the first time it happened. Well, the CPS agent was her ex vice president for the PTO, and that's conflict of interest, and this is the type of things that I had to go through, since the get-go of my divorce. It's the type of things that I had to battle. I had to forgive these people, but they had a chance to help. It wasn't the first. I'm not the first case that this lady has done this thing to with conflict of interest. But anyway, I had to forgive these people, and they dropped the case. They said there was nothing wrong. I said, well, it's a pattern. And they said, I said, it's not the first time it happened, because, they called me again, and, a few days later and said the same thing. They question my mentality and things like that. When I'm sitting there, I'd get up early in the morning. I work third shift. I'd stay up late just to make sure my kids got to school, and then I went to sleep, type of things I did. But this is, the reasons, they said, by my mentality, I couldn't see my kids and things like that. And I said, well, I'm not the one. She is the one that's doing these things, and I'm the one that's getting blamed. I mean, I fixed my mentality. I've had God in my life. I was reborn. I've been in ministries. I've been doing all these other things, and they still attack me. Her and the people in the court system still attack me. Like I said, these people, a lot of these people put their hands in the Bible. They put their hands in the Bible, and they swore, they swore in front of God, that they would uphold the Constitution and everything. Well, that is unconstitutional from the get-go. That is a violation of religious persecution and a bunch of other things, because of the color of my skin and everything, because, it was said. It was said to me, and these are the type of things that I have to forgive. I say these things, from my next relationship. If I can forgive my ex-wife for all these things, and still, show love towards her, not anything crazy love, but my heart is at 100%. I love you guys. Peace.